very afraid of that dive. It's actually going to be Xmithy making the move onto Vilrose, and we do see is that at 4 minutes on the clock, the three-man pushes are going to trade towers here. First tower to fall is going to be Velocity taking down Vulcans, and I imagine it won't be long before Vulcan do the same.
Extra dragon hits thanks to the Zyra plants that Evaniscus had down early there.
And he gets channeled. Echo's primed the gold card. He locks it down onto Zuna, but the Lantern gets him to safety. Velocity, they make a gank. It doesn't.
A little bit of props to Echo here for doing so well in that 1v1 lane against MatCloud.
He eats an ignite for his trouble, throws out the wild cards, doesn't manage to save the red buff, but it goes to Xmithy. Xmithy, can he click the Lantern? That's the real question. It's being bloody blocked, and Shen and Lee Sin deny it. The Bloblets are trying to reform. They're trying to reform into the giant monster that is Zac. He will be able to respawn up as Vilrose dashes across the tree. Nobody managing to get this one low. Maplestreet is
really dangerous.
He's chasing down into ManCloud. The stun has landed as Shen is trying to join the party. A flash forward is going to at least get the shield down. First kill's picked up there by Twisted Fate. First blood secured onto Mandatory Cloud. Now Maplestreet's trying to get away, but there's a Zac blob bouncing all up in his face. Destiny gets channeled from Echo. He's now turned his focus onto Xmithy. Xmithy's got 400 HP. He's trying to get away. The Void Ooze from Kogmaw will help. Flash! Gold card! Smithy gets dropped. He doesn't have his passive available. Now Zuna's on the back with gold card. Again for Echo. He's securing them. Time after time.
He missed the taunt!
The taunt misses! Vilrose does not hold him in place. It doesn't matter as Echo pulls the trigger on gold card once again.
And the barrier from Kogmaw, that was a bit of a disaster for Vulcan, as Psycho Sid has to burn Flash as well.
Psycho Sid trying to get the tower down. Inking's gonna look for the Sonic Wave. If it can get past a ghoul, it may be enough. Can he land it? That's the question. Red pot has been drank. It's ticking over. The slow lands onto Psycho Sid. He's gonna carry on chasing. Dragon's Rage has already been used, so not available. Sonic Wave into Resonating Strike. Didn't do anywhere near as much damage as I was expecting. Psycho Sid is just taking him for a walk through the jungle. 210 HP. This should be the final bit of damage, and even better, it goes to Maple. Stranglethorns gets thrown down and knocks everybody from Vulcan up in the air, but it's just going to be enough time to play this one a little slower.
Oh, and look at that spike by ManCloud. They want to get Maplestreet down.
Stand United is being channeled. They've got this one out. This is already a win for Vulcan. Maplestreet dives forward onto Vulcan. He tried to get in range for the Blade of the Rune King active, but it was not actually used. A taunt away from Vilrose, and Maplestreet, some of the auto attack damage and physical damage. Now in the bottom lane, Psycho Sid gets caught out. Stranglethorns does knock him up into the air. Enki is trying to set himself up. The Lantern pulls him backwards, and the ghost of Psycho Sid continues to fight. We'll see if any presence can be earned as ManCloud is throwing out those mystic shots.
And that is actually a lot burned for Velocity. There's no disengage if Vulcan wants to fight.
Zuna gets kicked backwards. The taunt locks him in place. Vilrose lands it this time. Zuna gets dropped, and will the passive be enough? Not this time, as a flash from NK throws him into the Dragon Pit. Now Psycho Sid is in trouble. Echo is putting enough damage down for Maplestreet to close out the kill.
Velocity outpacing Vulcan right now.
Smithy, he's got gold card primed and should be able to get away from this one relatively cleanly.
Yeah, he is so fast that they can't catch in, but Vulcan now in a 3v4.
They've stunned Zuna against the wall. The taunt holds him in place. He turns backwards to carry on fighting. Now ManCloud forced to Arcane shift away to safety, and that's for 3 right now. Velocity are really showing they know how to lock him down. Maplestreet gets knocked up in the air as NK Inc dives forward. He gets pulled backwards just a little bit as Vilrose is actually going to lock Bloodwater for a couple of seconds. Exhaust is now worn off as Maplestreet turns his attention. ManCloud gets dropped. That's a double kill for Maplestreet. He's looking for his 3rd of the fight as the Bloblets get popped. NK Inc is alive. Maplestreet gets a triple kill.
And so again, they decided to fight, not used to being up this much in games. They gotta go, and here it is.
So there we go. The root is going to at least lock him down. Stranglethorns throws up Xmithy into the air. They're focusing down on Zac as he flashes away to the side. Echo has joined the fight. Throws down that Zonya's Hourglass. Survives for a little bit longer. ManCloud gets turned into a ghost, but he's not doing anything. He may not have realized that Yorick brought him back to life. I'm lying to you because it was ManCloud that was done. There he is. Zuna gets dropped in the background. The ghost of ManCloud trying to put as much damage down as he can. Quadra kill for Maplestreet. Pick the fight just as we say they're not committing to anything. Evaniscus throws down the Stranglethorns, knocks only Psycho Sid up into the air as Xmithy is in the fight. He's probably going to be the first victim. They do trade his support though. Evaniscus, the first Velocity member to die in a very long time. Xmithy will get dropped as the Bloblets are squashed.
And yes, a clean house here in Vulcan's base, and this has got to be close to the final fight.
Maplestreet practically 3 shots ManCloud. Guardian Angel has been popped. NK Inc, he kicks Zuna into ManCloud to secure secure the kill. Now Maplestreet does get focused down. The killing streak goes. Echo and Vilerose, they take out the top inhibitor turret. The pressure's not over as now Vilerose dives forward. The taunt is on. Zuna forced a barrier. Ignite is ticking. That's going to close him out. Now Bloodwater is the next focus. They've dropped him as well, and the explosion true damage is not going to be enough. The Ghost,
because they have such a huge edge, they're looking to take the Nexus.
Velocity going to finish this one out. 20 kills.